Good morning. It's Tuesday, and we are back with soul medication for the day. So, we are still in James chapter 1. We're going to look at verses 5 to 8. But if any of you lacks wisdom, let him ask of God, who gives to all generously and without reproach, and it will be given to him. But he must ask in faith without any doubting, for the one who doubts is like the surf of the sea, driven and tossed by the wind. For that man ought not to expect that he will receive anything from the Lord, being a double minded man, unstable in all his ways. So, who has not needed guidance and wisdom? With today's vast influx of available resources, some good, some not so good, there is a never ending supply of those who are only too willing to tell you what you should do, what you should or shouldn't believe, what's a waste of time and what isn't. So, as a nurse, I was navigating a new field of developing an online community of those who want to care for themselves and their families before chronic disease sets in and possibly even reversing chronic disease. And I have been approached by a number of people who want to help me. They want to help me find my niche. They want to help me get more followers. They want to help me improve the appearance of my website. And they want to promote their political agendas on my website. Some were very polite and helpful. Some were not so tactful with their presentation. But let's face it, I lacked wisdom. I prayed for months for a vision, a purpose, a plan, direction. Each time, God gave me enough light for the step that I was on. Sounds like a book title, right? James 1:5 says, "If any of you is deficient in wisdom, let him ask." So, do you lack wisdom? Do you want to know how to eat, where to work, how to raise your children? Then let him ask of the giving God who gives to everyone liberally and ungrudgingly without reproaching or fault finding, and it will be given him. Did I question myself? Did I question my direction, my next step, the purchases I was making, the contacts and the possible partnerships? Absolutely. I often felt like the person that James mentions in verse 6, feeling as if I was that ship being tossed here and there. And when I continued to come back to verse 5, I knew that God was saying to me, don't doubt, trust me, pray, give it to me. And he showed me through other verses that he was all over meeting my needs for wisdom. In Psalm 1:3, David writes about the righteous man, and if you are in Christ, then that is you. And he writes about the blessings in Psalm 1 of the righteous man. And he says, and everything he does shall prosper and come to maturity. This verse hangs over my desk in my office along with Psalm 5:8. Lead me in the right path, O Lord. Make your way plain for me to follow. And right next to that one is Romans 10:11. No man who believes in him will ever be disappointed or put to shame. When I then begin to think of myself as this double minded person described here in verses 6 to 8, I know that this is not me because God has provided me with the wisdom to get through each day as it comes. As situations arise, I stop, I seek His wisdom and His guidance, and I'm able to keep moving in His direction. The very fact that you ask for wisdom and then act shows that you are reliable. You are certain about what you feel God is leading you to do. And this is how walking in the faith works: no wavering, no hesitation, but wholly focused on receiving wisdom from God. I really hope you've been encouraged today and have a wonderful afternoon.